Hey everyone! So last week we went through the general flow of a good customer service phone call, and if you missed that one, you can find it right here. That was a bit of a long one, but today we've got a short and sharp one for you. I am going to run you through some super easy phone tips that no one will tell you about, but they will level up your phone conversation from a good phone call to a great phone call. Also, I'm just going to acknowledge the continuity issue. Yes, sometimes I have a shelf in my background and sometimes I don't. It's because I just moved house and I'm still setting stuff up. So instead of going back to refilm because I am lazy, I prefer the term efficient and transparent. I'm filming part of this now and some of it was filmed the other day, so sorry. Hi folks, I'm Claire Cunningham, a customer service expert, founder of the Customer Connection, and I am here to help you improve your bottom line by putting the focus on your customers. I'm not wasting time. Let's get right to it. First tip you need to be aware of, be direct. See what I did there? What this means is don't waste time talking about your personal life. Normally, when I answer a phone call, I actually don't ask people how they are. I say, how can I assist you today? Or how can I help you today? But of course, you absolutely can ask people how they are doing today. That is perfectly fine. And if they've been raised by their mama right, they will say, good, how are you? In return to your question. The appropriate response to the question of how are you is quick and direct. I'm doing well, thank you. How can I help you today? This isn't the time for you to chit chat or talk about your life story. They want to know you're a human from your tone and how friendly you are, not because you told them that your dog shit in the house this morning. Don't get personal. Next thing to remember is to keep a super friendly and helpful tone throughout the phone call. Don't be patronizing in your tone. Assume that they are a reasonable and intelligent human being. We're sticking with that friendly, smiley tone throughout the whole phone call, and being patronizing will totally derail that. It's really important to smile throughout the whole phone call, especially if you can feel yourself slipping a little bit in how you sound. Just plaster that smile right on your face. Your tone should stay helpful and friendly throughout the phone call, and you shouldn't ask any patronizing questions. I.e., do not ask them if they've checked the website first. Yes, I checked the website. I couldn't find what I was looking for, which is why I'm fucking calling you. Just because you or I know where that information is on the website doesn't necessarily mean that everyone else can intuitively find where it's located. Which honestly, that kind of speaks more to your website's user experience and navigability more so than the caller's intelligence. They are calling because they don't want to waste any more time looking for the answer. They want it now. So answer their question. If you send a follow-up email after the phone call, it is totally okay to put a website link to their answer in the email. I mean, talk about excellent customer service. To wrap this point up, try to avoid frowning or sounding annoyed or sounding robotic. Those are only detriments to the phone call. And just to add one more little bonus tip on about sounding like a human and not a robot and keeping your tone friendly and professional, if they make a joke, feel free to laugh. People love it when you laugh at their jokes. Me, please laugh at my jokes. It makes me feel good about myself. Now, another thing that I don't think people talk about enough or really kind of directly tell you, or even if they are telling you, I think they're kind of giving the wrong advice here. And that is how many times you should say someone's name during the phone call. I am here to tell you, it's less than what you think. Controversial, I know. It's actually a little creepy and robotic to hear my name said over and over in the phone call. My friends don't even say my names 20 times in a conversation, much less a person who doesn't even know me. But ultimately, there's probably no hard and fast rule about how many times you should say someone's name. It definitely should be often enough to make it personal, but not too much to make it creepy. It should sound natural. I would say the general best guideline to stick to here would be 2 to 3 times in a conversation. You should definitely say it right at the beginning. You should definitely say it right at the end, and maybe fit it somewhere in the middle if it makes sense and feels natural. But that's it. Don't repeat their name over and over throughout the call. It's just weird. Lots of training centers will probably tell you differently, so if you disagree with me, feel free to chuck it in the comments. And the final tip, speak clearly and enunciate. Sometimes I get really excited and I talk really fast and I blur all my words together in one big word. Don't do this. Slow down and enunciate so they don't have to ask you to repeat yourself. For instance, I live in Australia and I have an accent. Like, no, I don't. They do. But for the purposes of this video, let's just go with that. And sometimes I'll be speaking really quickly and people actually don't understand what I'm saying through that accent. So I often have to repeat myself even though I am speaking the same language as them. And this is even more important if you are working somewhere and you're working in not your native language. I want to assure you that you should not feel nervous about your accent at all. It is wonderful and amazing, and you are smart because you can speak 2 or more languages. Amazing! If you aren't speaking your native language, just speak really clearly, and remember, it's okay to slow down a little bit if you need to. If you're a native speaker, you're speaking a second language, or you have an accent, i.e., everybody, then slow down and speak as clearly as you possibly can. I am guilty of not doing this a lot. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching these phone call tips. If you combine these tips today that you never get told about, along with that great phone call process that I told you about last week, you will have the best and most helpful phone team on the face of the planet. And be sure to like and subscribe for more fun and practical content.